Pioneer fans, Pioneer Varsity Field Hockey is live and on the air. Welcome to Saline High School, where it is your Pioneer varsity field hockey team here to take on the Skyline Eagles, as it is a foggy day out. It is actually better now than it was about an hour ago when we first got here, but it is still extremely foggy, as you can tell from the picture. So we're going to have some fun. If we can't call out people's names when we first get going, we'll at least do our best to call out which team has it and try our darndest to make it happen for you. This is a repeat of last year's state championship that went to overtime, and Skyline won. Pioneer would love to get the win today, obviously, win the state championship. They've been a little snake bit the last several years getting here, not able to finish it off, and this team definitely deserves a chance to taste that victory, as this is the only team that has beat your Pioneer varsity field hockey team, and that was all the way back on August 23rd. That was the lone loss for Pioneer. That was a 4-2 win by Skyline. Pioneer then won five straight. Then they had a tie versus Skyline. That was back on September 28th. And then they have won since then 9 games in a row coming in here. So 9-game winning streak for Pioneer. Taking a look at their points for, 75 points for Pioneer. Skyline, by the way, 108 points for, so Skyline 33 points more total. They have a couple more games. Skyline with 20 games, Pioneer with 16. We'll look at the points per game in a second. Points again, Pioneer has 10, Skyline has 17. So Pioneer 7 to the good on that one. Points per game, Pioneer 4.68. Taking a look at Skyline, that is that's 5.4. So Skyline is actually better by 0.62. Skyline 5.4 goals per game average, Pioneer 4.68. So Skyline a bit better there. And then on points against per game, Skyline is 0.85. They're both under 1, which is just darn impressive. Skyline 0.85, Pioneer 0.62. So Pioneer is 0.23 to the good on that one, if I can do some basic math. Taking a look, Skyline is 16-3-1. Their lone tie, of course, was versus Pioneer on September 28th. Their losses on the season, their first loss was playing Torrey Pines, California. They lost that one 3-2. They lost to Burnt Hills, Ballston, New York. That was a 3-2 loss. And then their lone loss in the SEC and versus a Michigan team was a 2-1 loss versus Saline. That was on October 6th. Let's take a look at how both of these teams got here. As taking a look at the bracket for the bottom side here, or actually I guess that would be the top side of the bracket, as that will be, as it pulls up here. Let me pull that up on another window. So on the top side of the bracket, it was, try and get this to scroll up here. It started off Skyline's path here. Up at the top, it was Skyline beating West Bloomfield 1-0. Other scores in that first round at the top side of the bracket was Farmington United beating Brighton 2-1, Dearborn High School beating Etzel Ford 3-1, and Novi High School beating Clarkston by a score of 8-1. In that second round, Skyline beat Farmington United 8-0 to advance to the semifinal. Dearborn High School fell to Novi. Novi beat them 5-1. And then in the game just before Pioneers back on, what was that, Wednesday, it was Skyline winning 4-0 to advance to this game. It was tied scoreless at halftime, and then Skyline, I believe, got one goal in the third and then really poured it on in the fourth. On the bottom side of the bracket, let's replace that and apply that. So on the bottom side of the bracket over here, it was Saline beating Heartland 3-0 in that opening round. Bloomfield Hills beating Huron High School 2-0. It was Plymouth Canton beating Rockford High School 5-4, and Pioneer beating Forest Hills High School 7-0. That had in the second round Saline beating Bloomfield Hills 2-1, and Pioneer beating Plymouth Canton 6-0. And then that advanced net was at Pioneer High School, and then Pioneer High School played over at Dearborn, the game right after the Skyline game, and beat Saline by a score of 1-0 on a Galban goal, and Pioneer able to advance. So that's how we got to where we are today, Skyline versus Pioneer. These two teams getting ready to go here on a foggy morning, as again, the longer it waits, they have the lights on across the way. The big ball in the sky is trying to burn its way through, and the longer it goes, the more we can see. I could barely see where the goals were a little bit earlier, so we're hoping that it'll continue to go that way and continue to burn off a little bit. So we're going to let's come on here and let's play a few messages from the MHSAA, and we will be right back with your game action. You're watching Pioneer Varsity Field Hockey on Demand, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
So we've just received notice that the game will be pushed back 10 minutes. We'll have about 10 minutes of extra PSAs here that, well, you're watching on demand. You can just skip right past those if you want to. But here they're waiting for more of the fog to burn off. It has gotten better and better and better this last hour, and it's really starting to burn off now. So we're hoping that we can even see a couple numbers out there, which is fantastic. Pioneer is in their black jerseys as they have the black tops and the black skirts. Pioneer in black lettering on the front, numbers in white on the front and on the back, as they have, or excuse me, those are purple skirts. I told you there was fog, right? And they have black socks. Taking a look over at Skyline, I'm not sure if they're going to be wearing, I think they're wearing warm-ups right now, so they are the home team. They'll probably be wearing their white shirts. They do have the dark blue shorts or skirts, and then their white socks, but they should have white jerseys with the numbers in blue on the front and on the back. So we'll see exactly what that's like once they get those warm-ups off and we get ready to go. But again, it'll be about 10 extra minutes of a little PSA and music, and then we will get going with the Division I state championship game for the Michigan High School Field Hockey League here at Saline High School between Pioneer and Skyline, matching up for the second year in a row. Pioneer hoping to break through and get that state championship.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
as, again, things are being delayed as the captain's out there meeting just in front of the scorer's box as see Millman. I believe that's Kate Solden on crutches, so she will definitely be someone who will be missed. By the way, something we hadn't mentioned, that Kate Solden is going to play field hockey at Villanova, so that's cool. We've mentioned that Natalie Millman will be playing at the University of Michigan. And on the other side, by the way, in the last game at Saline, Maloney will be playing at the University of Michigan, so she'll be joining same year, graduating 2023, same year as Millman, so she'll be playing at the University of Michigan. And then Cammie Wiseman on the Skyline team will also be playing at the University of Michigan for field hockey. She's just going to graduate not this year, but next year. So lots of amazing folks in this Michigan High School Field Hockey League going and playing at different places. One other player is Sadie Schultz. She's going to be playing at Brown. So she's going out into the Ivy League to play field hockey. Again, she won't graduate this year, but she will graduate next year. As we're counting down 4 minutes, 10 seconds left to go as they pushed it back 10 minutes to try and let more of this fog burn off. You've probably been able to see if you kind of quickly go move the fast forward a little bit, you can see the fog slowly lightening here, so we can now actually see the opposing stands across the way. We can see the goals. I have half a chance of knowing numbers, which is something that about half an hour ago to an hour ago would not have happened. We could barely see the S and the Hornets at midfield. So very, very wise for the folks here to push it back 10 minutes, do our best to make it a good experience for the viewers in the stands, and more importantly, the teams on the field, and then you folks watching after the fact. If you want another version of the broadcast, if you do subscribe to the NFHS network, it is live on the NFHS network. And let's turn it over to the public address announcer.
Pioneer, number 1, Megan Fonts. Number 2, Rosie Kenzie. Number 3, Jen Colbert. Number 4, Sienna Galvin. Number 5, Kate Sullivan. Number 6, Ella Keene. Number 7, Abby Bowers. Number 8, Lily Sullivan. Number 9, Emma Janowski. Number 10, Sophie Miranda. Number 11, Maggie Millman. Number 12, Margaret Redman. Number 13, Ann Brady. Number 14, Jesse Daly. Number 15, Caitlin Gross. Number 16, Maya Cameron. Number 17, Megan Edwards. Number 18, Sophia Jimenez. Number 19, Grace Brodowski. Number 20, Leanne Brown.
I think that was probably
Number 21, Maddie Graham. And number 22, Sarah Huffman. Pioneers coached by Jane Nixon. And for Skyline, number 1, Kira Pascal Velasquez. Number 2, Shara Hitachi. Number 3, Junior Brenner. Number 4, Coco Courtright. Number 5, Maddie Ellis. Number 6, Nayli Hanka. Number 7, Johanna Horvath. Number 8, Kate Howard. Number 9, Elise Kilbride. Number 10, Ava Marble. Number 11, Morgan Malapa. Number 12, Abby Potoff. 13, Emma Rose. Number 14, Sadie Schultz. Number 15, Lily Shannon. Number 16, Maddie Wade. Number 17, Jordan Westfall. And number 18, Cammie Wiseman. Skyline is coached by Nikki Barrett. Today's officials are Kristen Parkhurst and Ann Ecklich, and our table official is Maren Langford. Ladies and gentlemen, the Star Spangled Banner.
There's too much fog, so we won't be focusing on the flag, but here down in America, they're playing off the national anthem.
Responsibility to promote respect and equality for all. Let us be united in those efforts today as we join together in the playing of our national anthem.
As we are here at Hornet Stadium for the Division I state championship between your Pioneer Varsity field hockey team and the Skyline Eagles across the way here at a foggy Hornet Stadium. As it's continued to get better and better, we hope, fingers crossed, that the fog will continue to burn off. Again, as we said, it is much better than it was an hour ago. An hour ago, I'm not sure I could see my nose in front of my face, let alone, like, legitimately, we were having issues finding the center of the field with the S on the camera. So the officials in their purple shirts, or purple-pink shirts, one of those P colors, with their pink shirts. Pioneer in their dark black shirts with the purple skirts. Numbers in white on front and back. Pioneer in black lettering. And Skyline, now they've pulled off the warm-ups, and indeed it is the white shirts with the numbers in dark blue on the front and on the back. Skyline in black lettering across the front with the dark blue skirts. I memorized the wrong Skyline roster. I had a regular season roster that I memorized last night, and they have a playoff roster with completely different numbers. So I will do my best, but forgive me if it is not as flowing as I normally have it. As everyone getting set to go. Pioneer going from right to left. As it does look like the keepers have different numbers than what they have on the roster, but it looks like number 99 was Acosta Velasquez. So Acosta Velasquez came out, and she was number 99, I believe, so that is going to be for Skyline, who starts it off. Pioneer. Right at the center is Tolbert. Thankfully, she has that nice orange glove on, so I can tell it's Tolbert right at the middle of the center circle. And we're about to get the Division I Michigan High School Field Hockey League State Championship underway, as that's moved ahead by Millman. Sent ahead by Brady. Millman sweep hits it over to the near side. Here comes Lily Solden. Lily Solden trying to fire it ahead. That grab by Bowers. Bowers whistle. That's going to be Pioneer on the restart. Lily Solden trying to get into the circle. Bowers trying to come to the near side, as that's pulled back and fired down by number 24, who I don't have on the roster, as that would actually be Kilbride. So it looks like maybe my numbers are correct. Who knows? We'll figure that out. As I think it might have been the names, but maybe my numbers were correct. It just makes life interesting, so I'll hold a couple different rosters. Here comes down on the near wing, trying to knock it away, coming over. As that was Nalapa coming over. Nalapa trying to get it into the circle, trying to knock that away was Pioneer as Wozniak gets it moved over. That's going to be a 16-yard hit. Back over to Wozniak. Wozniak coming down the near wing. Wozniak trying to feed it on through. That tips off of Lily Solden's stick. Goes out on the near side as Schultz will have it. Again, Schultz. She's committed to Brown, not this year, but next year. She's a junior. Schultz. Sweep hits it, moves it over, trying to get it back over is Hanka. Moves it, that tipped by Millman. Millman comes over to the far side, trying to get that away from Hanka. Still trying to come over along the far side, pulled away by Grabowski, and along the end line, Grabowski ahead to Millman. Millman coming down the far sideline, trying to knock that away. Millman trying to feed it ahead, but there was a whistle. As that is going to be a restart right around the 30-yard line, it looks like. Now they'll move it back to the 15-yard line. Pioneer will bring it in on the far sideline as that gets moved back over to Brady. Brady fires it down the way. That intercepted by Skyline, bringing it ahead. And tipped right back, trying to pull that away was Bowers. Then it'll be a restart for Skyline. As moving it back over, that hit into the circle, that will go out the end line. That is going to be Pioneer, has it out at the 16. Brady moves over on the far side, that brought down as Jimenez trying to feed it ahead. That's a whistle, that'll move back to Jimenez. We'll have it just inside the 10-yard line on the far side. Jimenez moves it ahead, trying to feed it. That knocked down, coming over Skyline with it. Skyline trying to move it into the circle. Racing in is Hanka over on the near wing. That pulled down and fired by Lily Solden. Knocked down by Schultz, but Lily Solden sweep hits it ahead. And pulled back by Skyline. Trying to head the other direction was Bichachian. Now here comes Pioneer. Tolbert racing down with it. Tolbert coming in. Great crowd, by the way. Lots and lots of Pioneer fans and Skyline fans as that comes over to the near side. Tolbert trying to get to it, trying to get around Kilbride. Tolbert trying to sweep it over to Millman. That knocked down, trying to bring it the other way. Skyline knocks it towards the center line. Pulled ahead by Nalapa as that will come back over right around the 30-yard line. Now they'll push that back. And will be a restart right 5 yards inside of midfield. Trying to fire it ahead. Nalapa. And that moved over on the near side. Coming ahead with it is Wozniak. Wozniak on that near wing. Knocked back down. Wozniak trying to get past Schultz over to Tolbert. Tolbert just inside of midfield. Now that's sent the other direction. As Nalapa has that knocked away by Pioneer, coming over on the near wing. Brady gets it over to Lily Solden. Now trying to fire it the other direction was Schultz. And picked up by Skyline. As trying to move that over was Bichachian. Bichachian trying to get it over to Nalapa. That inside the circle, but a whistle, and that brings it back out to the 16. Just, actually, they'll have it right around the 15 for Brady. Brady trying to move on the far side of the pitch, trying to get it over to Grabowski, and that goes out the far sideline. As I believe that was Clark who's trying to put it in. Hard to see the numbers on that far side. Trying to pull it back was Galbon. Galbon trying to get through traffic over to Millman. Millman races ahead with it. Millman over the center line. Millman coming ahead with it. Past traffic. Millman racing towards the circle. That poked away by Kilbride. Millman fires it over, and that is going to come back out to the 16. 9:15 left to go. Here in the first, scoreless so far at a foggy day at Saline's Hornet Stadium, where it is Skyline versus Pioneer for the D1 championship in field hockey for the state of Michigan. Knocked down by Lily Solden. That comes back. Trying to fire it ahead was Schultz. Add all the way onto the near sideline, and that goes out the near sideline. Pioneer with the restart as Wozniak has it. Wozniak moves it back over now, bringing it ahead. Pioneers, Brady had it. That tipped off of Nilapa's stick. Wozniak to restart on the near sideline. Wozniak lifts it up high. That tipped back right to midfield as Bichachian has it. Bichachian moves it down the near sideline. That goes right into the Skyline bench. So Wozniak with the restart on the near sideline. He moves that ahead to Lily Solden. Lily Solden fires it back over. Here comes Bowers. Bowers sweeps it ahead, and that goes out the far sideline, trying to get it over to Grabowski. And as much as some of that fog has faded, you see the wide passes across the field are hard for the players to really see coming and get to, because we've had a lot more slip out that far sideline than we've seen normally. 7:52 left to go. As that ahead to Tolbert. Tolbert trying to pull it away as Bichachian gets it ahead. Now racing down with it is Courtright. Courtright trying to move it ahead. That tipped back. Grabbed and sent by Pioneer. Coming down on the far sideline is Grabowski. Grabowski in there battling against Shannon. That will be a restart. As that trying to fire it ahead, knocked down. And to move it over as Galbon trying to pull that away from Elise. Elise as that tip now coming ahead. Here comes Tolbert. Tolbert trying to make her way into the circle. Tolbert comes in. Tolbert couldn't quite get everything on it, but a whistle. That will be a corner for Pioneer. By the way, Maddie Grand in for Pioneer as the keeper. And we believe that's Acosta Velasquez as the keeper for Skyline. Grabowski on the insert to the near side of the goal. As Grabowski has it set, 6 minutes, 24 seconds left to go here in the first. That top of the circle over to Millman. Millman moves it over on the near side. Here comes Tolbert with the shot, and Tolbert scores! Pioneer goes up 1-0 here in the first as they draw first blood here in the state championship. So they said no goal, no goal. We'll pull that back, excuse me. So must have, I didn't hear exactly why, but no goal. That pulled back over. Trying to come ahead with it is Schultz for Skyline. Schultz racing ahead with it. Tipped right at midfield. Wozniak moves it over to the near side. And will come out the near sideline. That'll get moved ahead. So no goal, as might have been a bit, it was probably too high, as that was sent a little high on that shot. Move back over Pioneer to restart. That is just my guess, so don't quote me on it. That comes over on the near sideline, tipped by Tolbert. Coming back over, Bichachian has it. As that trying to move it away, battle. As Kinsey was trying to get that back. Now Bichachian has it on the near sideline for the Eagles. She lifts it high over, trying to get the Schultz whistle there. Millman will take it over. Millman moving it ahead. That tipped off of Tolbert's stick, and that will go out the near sideline. 4:56 left to go. It looked like Pioneer had scored, but the goal waved off as we're still 0-0. Tolbert has it. Tolbert whacks it ahead, trying to get it pulled back over. Now here comes Pioneer trying to make it in, as that was Elise who was trying to defend that as Galvin had it, and now here comes Pioneer as Millman trying to take a shot. That knocked down out in front, and that will go back over to Skyline. Skyline quickly moves it on to the near wing to Schultz. Schultz gets it back as that'll be a 16-yard hit. They'll restart it at the 16. 4:13 left to go. That whistle, that hit a body. That's going to go back over to Pioneer on a restart as Lily Solden has it just outside of the circle. She'll move it right at the 20. Now Millman will take it right at the top of the circle is where they have that. Millman sweeps it back to Lily Solden. Lily Solden trying to fire it in. That whistle, and that will come back out to the 16. 3:44 left to go. That's sent ahead. Wozniak steals it away. Wozniak trying to battle inside. That moved over to Millman. Millman on the near side to Lily Solden trying to get it inside. That knocked away. Good defense by Kilbride. Kilbride firing it ahead. That rolls towards the center line. Now over the center line, bringing it over. Stopped by Brady. Looks like Pioneer. Nope, that'll be a Skyline restart, as they'll move it back the other side of midfield. As that was moved back by Hanka. Over on the near side. Bichachian has it. That tip. Tolbert trying to steal it away. Bichachian coming down on the near sideline. And Tolbert again trying to take that away. Bichachian feeds it ahead. Now grabbed by Wozniak. Wozniak trying to get it towards the center of the pitch. Over to Millman. Millman racing ahead with it. Millman moving it. That knocked down. Rifled the other direction by Skyline as Bichachian trying to get it ahead. Gets it over to Schultz. Schultz now towards the center of the pitch. Racing ahead with it is Courtright. Courtright trying to get into the circle. Jimenez trying to mark her. That comes over. And that is going to be a corner, it looks like, for Skyline. 1 minute, 20 seconds here in the first. Skyline set up for the corner. Pioneer gets their gear on as the clock continues to run. He'll stop in the fourth, but otherwise. Says Bichachian has it on the far line on the insert. Bichachian rolls that to the top to Courtright. Courtright shot, that blocked by Lily Solden. Coming in, Courtright again, that blocked by Grand as that got over, and Pioneer will have it as they'll move it out for a 16-yard hit. It's good job by Pioneer to stop the first set piece for Skyline. Brady has it at the 16. Brady sweep hits it over on the far side to Grabowski. Grabowski trying to get ahead, trying to get away from Elise. Grabowski gets over the center line. Grabowski now sweeps it towards the center of the pitch. Knocked the other direction by Kilbride as that tipped off of Elise's stick over on the far sideline. Ahead to Kinsey for Pioneer. Kinsey trying to move it over. Elise has it. Elise trying to get it the other direction for a Skyline. Battle for it in along that far side of the pitch. And pulled back over as Jimenez trying to get it, but that'll be a restart for Skyline. 50 seconds left to go here in the first. As that's moved ahead, Courtright has it. Courtright trying to get that over to Shannon. Now Courtright coming down the far sideline. Courtright fires it ahead as that went off of Jimenez. Says, oof. It looked like that hit her right in the thigh as she's trying to shake that off. That's not a fun time. Pulled down the far sideline is, again, just one more reason why these athletes are a lot tougher than I am. And pulled over. Skyline moves it as Shannon fires it towards the center. Trying to pull that around is Nalapa. Nalapa over, and that just goes out. Did that go in? No, and at the end of the half, or at the end of the period. Switching between hockey and field hockey. So the end of the period is what that is. We'll move to the second, as that ended up going out. Good defense by Pioneer, as it looked like Pioneer had the early goal on a corner, but that goal waved off. Skyline having a couple opportunities. Both teams have gotten it down in the circle and created pressure, as again, this team, Skyline, the lone team to beat Pioneer 4-2 at the very first game of the season. They tied 4-4 back in October. So these are two very, very evenly matched teams. Saline, the only SEC team to beat Skyline. And of course, that's who Pioneer managed to get past with a 1-0 win in the last game. Skyline cruised, beating Novi 4-0, as a lot of those goals came later in the fourth, one goal in the third to really break it open. So let's play a little push on, and we'll come right back with your second quarter action here at Hornet Stadium for the state championship. Again, it looks like possibly the Skyline roster we had was right, but got two copies. So I'm doing my best. If you're watching and a Skyline fan and I get the wrong name, please forgive me. As we are coming up to start the second quarter, scoreless so far here for the D1 state championship of the Michigan High School Field Hockey League. As Millman will start off with the hit back. Right at the center circle. Again, great crowd. Lots and lots of purple-clad people down in front of us and to the left. Good student section for both of these. Lots of Skyline parents to our right, and even more Pioneer folks coming in. It doesn't hurt that the Michigan football game is later. Courtright trying to get it. That moved ahead by Millman. As that is going to come over, that is going to be Pioneer will restart, as Lily Solden will have it on the far side of the pitch. That fire into the circle, moved back over as Bichachian trying to get that. Bowers has to come out, and that will come out to a 16-yard hit. Now, Bichachian fires it ahead right at the center circle, trying to pull it away as Wozniak. Wozniak goes down. As right at the feet of one of the officials, she pops back up. As that'll be a restart for Pioneer. Wozniak has it just inside the near sideline, trying to get it past Courtright. Now that pulled back the other direction by Elise. Elise comes down the far side of the pitch. Millman challenging. Now Jimenez trying to pull that away. Jimenez moves it ahead. That tipped off of Courtright. Coming down on the far wing, Marble trying to fire it the other direction. Knocked down. Here comes Pioneer. Jimenez had it tipped away, but a whistle. And brought back ahead by Brady. Brady on the restart on the far side of the pitch for Pioneer. Just on her own side of the midfield stripe. Moves it back over around the 35 on that far sideline for Pioneer. Jimenez has that tipped back away, moving over. Now that brought ahead as Nalapa has it. Wozniak trying to pull that back. As Wozniak on the near side. Nalapa trying to knock that away, and that went off of Nalapa's stick on that near sideline. Wozniak gets it back over to Brady. Brady back over to Wozniak. Nalapa trying to knock that away. Wozniak gets past on that near sideline, but it's tipped out. Wozniak restarting, moves it over, then gets it back on the near sideline. Wozniak trying to make it pass. That intercepted, fired back by Schultz, but Wozniak gets that pass in the way. trying to fire it ahead, pulled down by Courtright. Courtright trying to move past traffic. Courtright trying to get into the circle, looking for a cross. That's stolen away by Lily Solden. Gets it over on the near wing to Tolbert. Tolbert with a sweep hit ahead. Here comes Pioneer as that is taken away by Bichachian. Bichachian trying to fire it. That goes out the end line, and that will come back out for a 16-yard kick for Pioneer. 12-17 left to go here, as it almost feels like the fog has gotten a little worse in the past couple minutes, as that is along the far side of the pitch. With it over there is Elise. Elise has it right around the 20-yard line. As that fired ahead, trying to move it back over is Galvin. As Pioneer will restart, Lily Solden has it just ahead of the 25. That move grabbed right at the center line, coming down on the near wing. Here comes Galvin. Galvin trying to get past Bichachian. That knocked down. Here comes Galvin. Galvin trying to move it back. And over on the far wing, coming up, Grabowski. Grabowski trying to avoid pressure by Shannon. Shannon knocks that away. And that will be a Pioneer restart on the far side of the field. That goes out. And it looks like that's going to be Skyline taking over. 11 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here in the second. From a foggy Hornet Stadium for the D1 State Championship. That's back around the 30-yard line on the far wing. Back ahead, just shy of midfield. Wozniak has it. Wozniak sweeps it back to Brady. Brady trying to avoid pressure, moves it over. Is trying to get it away from Wiseman over there. Pull back over. Boy, that's a weird experience. First time we've had a player with my same last name over on that far side. That's going to go over to Pioneer on the restart. As Pioneer will have it just shy of midfield. That brought ahead. And it is going to be Skyline restart right around the 16-yard line on that far sideline. And moved ahead, trying to grab it. Right at midfield is Tolbert. Tolbert brings it over to the near side. Tolbert trying to get past Schultz. Tolbert coming down on the near wing. Tolbert sweeps that back over to Lily Solden. Lily Solden trying to get it over to Millman. That was tipped by Elise, and that will go out. That is going to be Marble with the restart on the far sideline. Marble has it right around the 10-yard line. Marble trying to sweep it ahead. As Marble with another restart, trying to move that down. 9:32 left to go in a soupy Hornet Stadium. Restart right around the 40-yard line, coming down the far sideline. Pioneer with it, knocked away by Elise, pulled down, coming ahead with it, Grabowski. Grabowski ends up out the far sideline, but that will be Pioneer on the restart. As that ball just inside the 20-yard line, bringing it ahead. Here comes Pioneer with it, trying to make a way into the circle. Here comes Millman with the shot, and it goes in! Millman with the score! That one looks like it's good, and Pioneer takes the 1-0 lead over Skyline at 8:51. Pioneer takes the early lead, 1-0. Right at the center line. That's Courtright that lifts it high down the pitch, knocked down by Wozniak. Wozniak trying to avoid pressure, coming ahead by Nalapa. Now trying to get into the circles. Wiseman pulls back over with a shot that knocked down. That is going to end up a corner for Skyline. So Skyline trying to answer back quickly on the corner. Again, Wiseman will play with Beaumont, who ended up, who is with Michigan from last year's Pioneer team, and Millman, as Wiseman graduating next year. and going to Michigan. As Bachachian moves it, top of the circle, getting over court right, trying to come in with a shot that deflects out, and that will come out for a 16-yard hit. Good defense by Pioneer. 7:51 left to go. Pioneer up 1-0. That stopped, and trying to race ahead with it is Henke. Coming back over, battle for right at the 30-yard line, trying to get around court right. That's Millman bringing it ahead. Millman feeds it right to the center line. Racing down is Bowers. Bowers has it tipped away by Marble. Now Elise trying to bring it down the far sideline right at the 45-yard line of Saline. Now that picked up, coming ahead the other direction is Hanka. And into the circle, in the Pioneer circle, brought in on the near wing. Trying to feed it ahead. That will go out the near sideline is Keene. Trying to get it out of danger. That brought back in by Schultz. Court right has it on the near sideline. Just along the end line. Court right trying to come down the near end line. That tip. Court right still trying to make it past Pioneer's defense. Now coming over. Tolbert trying to sweep that away. There's a cross. Knocked down. Pulled back over, and Pioneer will have it at the 16 for a 16-yard hit. Quickly, Pioneer trying to go the other direction. I think they'll have that whistle, and they'll have them restart from the 16, and it looks like they will indeed do that. 6 minutes, 31 seconds left to go. It's hard to read the scoreboard from over here. That's how soupy it is. Brought ahead. Here comes Wozniak. Wozniak tipped by Tolbert. Now pulling it the other direction was Galbin, but a whistle. Galbin will move it back over for Tolbert to restart. Pioneer up 1-0 with 6:10 left to go before halftime. And every single one of these games, 6 goals scored in the first game, 8 scored in the second game between these two. Knocked down, coming over. Lily Solden has it, trying to knock it away. Grabowski trying to poke that away as well from Hanka. Has it top of the circle. Court right moves it over to the far side. That in along the end line. That'll go out the end line. Looks like that's going to come out to the 25 where Skyline will restart. Trying to get it in is Schultz. Schultz has that knocked away. Good defense by Lily Solden. Coming on the near side is Galbin. Galbin trying to get past a trio of Skyline players. Now fielded ahead by Millman. Racing, trying to get it is Galbin. That pulled back away the other direction. Trying to knock it down as that was Bachachian. Now Millman trying to move it over to Galbin, but that swept away. Fired. And trying to get it all the way back. Hanka had it. Now that off the near sideline, bringing ahead is Schultz. Schultz right at the top of the circle, feeding it in. Now Wiseman coming over to the far side. Wiseman trying to fire it. That goes and will come back out to the 16 for Pioneer. Brady, sweep hit over along the far sideline as Jimenez right around the 15-yard line has it knocked back as that comes out the end line. Jimenez now will bring that back out along that far sideline. Jimenez has it set right about the 5-yard line. Somewhere back in the fog. That pulled around by Courtright. Courtright trying to get past Grabowski. Grabowski moves it the other direction. Grabowski racing ahead with it. Grabowski trying to get past pressure. Grabowski gets it past the 50-yard line. That goes out the far sideline. Grabowski will have it right around the 45-yard line of Skyline. Pull back. That will be a Skyline restart right about the 40-yard line. Fired ahead. As that brought back, trying to get it was Tolbert. Schultz now brings it the other direction. Schultz racing down the middle of the pitch. Schultz trying to get it into the circle for Courtright. Courtright spins back and moved over, swept over to the near side, and now rocketed down the pitch. That'll go all the way down and out around the Pioneer bench, stopping a good opportunity for Skyline. 3 minutes left to go here before halftime. Trying to knock that down was McGowan. McGowan tips it back to Millman. Millman over to McGowan. McGowan racing ahead with it. And pulled back by Kilbride. Kilbride has it on the near side of the pitch. That goes right out the near sideline. And it's still Skyline ball somehow. As that tipped over, Schultz trying to make it. Schultz gets it over midfield now, bringing it ahead. Stopped and moved over. Wozniak trying to get to it. But that just out of her reach. That will go out the near sideline. Schultz to restart for Skyline. As we have 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go before halftime. Pioneer up 1-0. That tipped by Millman, but into the circle shot. That goes wide. That will come back out to the 16. As Brady moves it ahead. And over to Galbon. Galbon racing down the near sideline. Galbon trying to get around Bichachian, and it moves back. Tolbert fires it ahead. Tipped by Galbon. Galbon now trying to move. Is that all the way down? Kilbride chasing it. Kilbride lets it go out the end line. There was a whistle before that. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to go before halftime. Pioneer up 1-0. As Galbon has it right around the 25-yard line. Galbon trying to fire it into the circle. Excuse me, that was Tolbert trying to fire it in. Galbon trying to hold it in. As I couldn't see Tolbert's lovely orange shooting glove in the mist. And pulled back over to the near side, trying to set it up for Galbon on the near side. She had the lone goal in the last playoff game versus Saline. That stopped by Millman. Millman with an excellent job, but a whistle. Now Millman trying to fire it to the top of the circle, knocked down by Kilbride. Kilbride, who has been very solid defensively. Now Honka trying to fire it ahead, pulled back over. Grabowski moving over. Grabowski trying to get it on that far sideline, but a whistle. Grabowski to restart, gets it back over to Brady. Brady now moving it further on the far sideline. Tipped down by Shannon. Brady gets it ahead to Grabowski. Grabowski trying to get it over. That's stolen away by Skyline and sent down towards midfield. And again, able to get past traffic. Bringing it ahead is Skyline. Courtwright gets it into the circle. That kicked away. Moving it down. As a good save by Grand comes out to the 16. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And that will do it for the first half. We are at halftime. Pioneer with a 1-0 lead over Skyline, but we have one more half to play here. Let's play push on and a few messages from the MHSAA as it looks like we'll have a 7-minute half.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the Health and Safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
So halftime was scheduled to end at 2:48 or something of that nature. They're going to put it back. They're going to have it 12 more minutes. They're going to start at 11:05. Not that that matters to you because you're watching this on demand. But they're going to try and get a little bit more of this to burn off. If you take a look, we did tweet out a picture of what it looked like when we first came in. So if you take a look at that or at our Instagram, literally on that photo, you could not see the Hornets' S in the middle. So that's how bad it was when we first showed up about 9 o'clock. It's much better now, but I really do feel like the fog has rolled in a little bit more since the beginning. I am calling out the yard lines. I typically don't do that for field hockey or soccer. That's for my camera person who's trying to see this through the world's smallest little screen, and that's not exactly easy. So I'm going to call out a lot of the yard lines, which I don't normally do, but we do that so that you can hopefully see the action. and she's doing her best, but you don't want to be pointed at not where the ball is. So continuing to work that out. I think we got a little confusion with the rosters. There was numbers on the left and numbers on the right. That confused me. I think we got that all worked out, and I'm going to do my best to try and get a couple names corrected there. So we have about 10 minutes left to go here. I'm going to play a little bit of music, and then we'll hop back on Pioneer with a 1-0 lead. Now, hopefully this extended halftime won't, athletes love to have their routines, they know exactly how long halftime is. They know how long things are. Hopefully that extra 10 minutes doesn't cause any consternation or knock anyone off of their groove for either team. But let me play a little bit of music, and we will be right back with your second half action. 1-0 here at halftime. Pioneer leading Skyline, trying to come away with the Division I state championship in Michigan High School Field Hockey League. boy, you got to think that the folks here at the folks running things here at Saline had some intuition, because it was getting worse coming into halftime, and just that extra 10 minutes has really made a difference. My camera person can now actually read the scoreboard. I'm still gonna call out yard numbers for my camera person to be able to try and follow things. Again, we don't normally do that in soccer or in field hockey, but we'll call those out just so our camera person can see where things are at. But it has gotten significantly better in the last 10 minutes. Officially, original weather reports had it clearing by 11 o'clock. That was obviously not right. So, but we're getting ready to get underway again. 40 seconds counting down. Pioneer has the 1-0 lead. That was on a Millman goal at 8:51 in the second. They had a set piece that was fired in, but that was waved off earlier. Skyline has had a couple really good opportunities. Both squads being ready to go as 30 more minutes of game time for a state championship for the Division I Michigan High School Field Hockey League. Now, a little bit later today, if I flip over and take a look at the Division II bracket, and we'll see if that'll come in for me and reflip. That has Dexter High School playing University of Liggett at 1 o'clock here at Saline, and that might be pushed back a little bit. We'll see, but that game is scheduled for 1 o'clock as we are ready to get underway. Courtwright ready to fire it back. That pulled over to Keene. Keene bringing it up the far side. Keene sweeps it over. That grab. Now Grabowski moving it back. Keene back to Grabowski. Grabowski trying to have it on that far sideline. That whistled out. Here comes Skyline. Skyline trying to move it ahead as that tipped and will be brought back over. Pioneer with a restart right at the 20-yard line as Brady moves it back to Wozniak. Wozniak on the far sideline. Wozniak back to Brady. Brady, that tips up in the air as that will be brought back in by Skyline, and then a whistle as Courtwright had it. That's going to be a corner for Skyline. 14 minutes left to go here in the third. We'll advance that on the scoreboard. As in to take the corner, as that is going to be Bichachian on the insert. As Bichachian moves it top of the circle, that slips past Courtwright. Grabbed, here comes Grabowski down the far side of the pitch. Grabowski trying to sweep hit it away. That knocked down by Kilbride. That'll be a restart for Skyline as Kilbride will move it back over to the 40 on the far sideline. Now Courtwright lifts it up high. That bounces. Knocked down, trying to bring it towards the center. Skyline with a sweep hit into into the circles. Diving down, Grand with a beautiful save. But that is going to turn into a corner for Skyline. As shot and then Grand dove down trying to keep it out. Again, Bichachian to take it on the near side. Bichachian on the insert. Pioneer set to go now. Bichachian sends it top of the circle, that over to Courtwright. Courtwright trying to move it over on the near wing to Wiseman. Her shot goes up and over. The goal just caught a little too much air, and that will go over to Pioneer on a 16-yard hit. So that'll come over onto the 16. Brady sweeps it over on the near wing, trying to bring it up is Lily Solden. Lily Solden trying to get it past pressure. Courtwright has it. Millman trying to pull that away. That'll be a restart for Courtright at the 35. Courtright sweeps it as Elise trying to get it trying to center it. That knocked away by Lily Solden. Courtright chases it back to the 40. Courtright moves it back to midfield, picking it up there. Kilbride right on the Saline logo. Rockets it forward. That knocked down. Now coming ahead with it. Here comes Kinsey trying to get to it. That pulled back away by Kilbride. Kilbride gets it over to Elise, and that goes out the near sideline. Lily Solden fires it ahead, trying to get to it. Galvin. And that'll be a restart heading the other direction by Marble. Marble feeds it down as Jimenez knocks it down out of the air. Jimenez trying to move it forward. That over to Lily Solden from Millman. At sent ahead, racing. That is going to make it. Trying to get to it at Galban. Oh, what a valiant effort. But she didn't quite have enough room to get to it. That'll be pulled back to the 16 for a 16-yard hit by Marble. Marble gets it down, but that pulled away by Lily Solden. Lily Solden over to Grabowski and slips away, trying to go the other direction. Now that pulled by Brady. Brady moves it ahead. That on the near sideline. That will trickle out the near sideline. That is going to be Skyline on the restart. 10:40. Boy, now the mist just has totally evaporated around here. That's a beautiful view over, trying to get it in the circle. That pulled away by Tolbert. Tolbert trying to move over. That brought away by Skyline. Coming down the far side of the pitch, bringing that ahead is Schultz. Schultz knocked down as trying to get that ahead was Nalapa. Nalapa into the circle, trying to tip away at it is Wiseman. That hit a knee. That is going to be another corner as Skyline forces another corner. 10 minutes left here in the third. Pioneer up 1-0. Skyline with another opportunity. As well, the weather reports were only about 10 minutes off. As here comes the corner that's sent out to Courtright. Courtright, top of the circle, shot. That got knocked down, trying to get it over. That is going to be another corner. Pioneer hit it with a body part. That will come over. Bachachian on the insert. On the near side of the goal. Bachachian moves it, top of the circle to Courtright. Courtright trying to come over. Sneaks over to the near side to Schultz. That knocked away by Grand. Fantastic job to take that off of the leg protector. That is going to come out to the 25 for Skyline as they bring it in. Trying to move over on that far side is Hanka. Hanka trying to make her way in. Hanka has that tipped away by Brady. Restart. And move back over to Schultz. Knocked down by Bauer. But a whistle, and that is going to be another corner for Skyline. They have had a series of corners here, putting pressure on Pioneer. 8:18 left to go here in the third. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead, but Skyline keeping pressure on Pioneer. Bachachian on the insert. She sweeps that. This time it comes over to Franke. And pulled down. Shot by Wiseman. That tipped. That's going to be another corner. Skyline forces another corner in the Pioneer zone. 7:45 left to go here in the third. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. Bachachian on the insert. Bachachian gets over to Schultz. Schultz, rocket blast out in front. Beautiful move by Wozniak. Kicked away by Grand. Oh, Wozniak saved a goal as there was an open look into the cage, and Wozniak just got her stick in the way. There's knocked away from Skyline, bringing it out. Here comes Millman. Millman races ahead with it. Millman puts it over on the far side. Bachachian trying to get to it. Tolbert gets to it first. Tolbert racing down into the circle. Tolbert shot, and that just goes wide. Now come back out to the 16, but Pioneer flips the field, putting pressure on Skyline, but that'll come out for a 16-yard hit. 6:44 left to go here. That ball moved ahead. That will go back over to Pioneer as Wozniak trying to sweep it forward as she was challenged over there by Wiseman. Now, and swept back to Keene. Keene just on her own side of midfield. Keene fires it ahead, knocked down by Courtwright, trying to get it as Millman. Millman trying to move it over. That'll be a restart as Courtwright blasts it high in the air. That'll come back over on a restart. As that will be Franke. Lifts it high in the air. That tip down, trying to get it. Grabowski. Grabowski heads down on the far side of the pitch, trying to get it away from Schultz. And Courtwright had it, but that'll be a restart for Millman. Millman over Lily Solden. Lily Solden brings it up the near side. Lily Solden fires that into the circle, but just out the end line. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left to go here. In the third, 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. They'd love to get an insurance goal out in front. Coming over is Galbin. Galbin trying to make a move. Galbin over on the near side. That will come out to the 16. As that brought ahead by Kilbride, knocked down, coming ahead, Lily Solden with it. Lily Solden moves over to Grabowski. Grabowski trying to feed it over and pulled the other direction by Franke. Franke coming over. Franke right to the center. That knocked down by Lily Solden. Lily Solden trying to go the other direction. Somehow must have hit her foot. As that'll be pulled back, and that'll be a restart for Skyline. 4:50 left to go. That blasted into the circle, slips past, and that'll go out the end line. That is last touch by Pioneer. That will be out at the 25. Franke trying to get it in onto the near side is Courtwright, pulled away by Millman. Whistle, and that is going to be a corner for Skyline at 4:18 left to go here in the third. Pioneer up 1-0. But Skyline has forced another corner. 4:05 left to go. As to take this corner is going to be Wiseman. Wiseman on the insert. Wiseman fires it, top of the circle to Courtwright. Courtwright fires it in. That knockdown. Grand with another beautiful save. Franke on the other side, another save by Grand. That comes all the way out the far sideline on the restart. Bachachian trying to fire it over. That loose, trying to pull it in as Courtwright. Millman trying to knock that away, and that is going to be a restart. Courtwright has it. Poked back by Kinsey. That'll go out the far sideline. That'll be a restart for Skyline. Courtwright on the far side and a whistle. That is going to be a corner for Pioneer, or a corner for Skyline in the Pioneer zone. 3 minutes left to go here in the third. Skyline trying to get the equalizer. Pioneer wants to get it out of their zone. Bachachian to take the on the insert. Bachachian sweeps it out to Courtwright. Courtwright comes out. Great job to come out and block. It was Lily Solden as they fired it in by Schultz. That at 2:21, we are all knotted up. Schultz put it in on a Skyline goal. All knotted up at one apiece. That moved back over right at center. Swept ahead by Millman. Knocked down, pulled away on this near wing. Trying to bring it ahead is Galbin. And pulled back over by Kilbride. Kilbride trying to get around Galbin. Kilbride loses an edge, goes down to a knee. It's going to be a restart for Skyline. 2:05, that tipped. Court right trying to get it. Court right poked away by Millman. Millman trying to work past pressure. Millman gets it over. Here comes Tolbert. Tolbert trying to sweep it in front. That knocked down. Franca puts it over on that far side, and that whacked down on that far sideline. Heads back to the center. Picked up there by Nalapa. Nalapa moves it ahead. That will be a restart. Court right has it right at center. 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go. 1-1 in this third period. 1-1. Skyline gets it tied up now on the near wing. Trying to pull that over is Potoff. Potoff has a restart for Skyline. Now that brought over is Elise. We'll restart it just outside of the circle with 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go in the third. Court right trying to come in, knocked away by Millman. Millman trying to fire it ahead. That brought right back in by Marble. Whistle, and that goes the other direction. 58 seconds left to go. Pioneer with it on their own side, in their defensive side. That brought ahead by Lily Solden. Lily Solden fires that right at the 50, trying to pull it back. There's 42 seconds left to go. Skyline on the restart. Franca. Over, trying to pull it back over is Potoff. Potoff coming down on the near side. Potoff has that pulled away. As nice job trying to get it out of there by Jimenez. Jimenez on the restart. 19 seconds left to go here in the second. And brought back over by Franca. And over on the far side to Schultz. Schultz had the equalizer. That shot, 5 seconds left to go. That is going to be a corner, and this will be an untimed play, as Skyline will have the corner, and then we'll go to the fourth as a foul committed by Pioneer in the circle. Chachian again on the insert. So single untimed play. And moved out to court right with a blast. Knockdown out in front. And that will do it for the third. Good job by Pioneer to stop it and save it. We'll go to the fourth, all knotted up at one apiece. Went to overtime last year. Pioneer would love to get a goal and finish it off in regular time. As we'll play a push on and a message from the MHSAA.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
1-1 heading into the fourth here. As this is the Michigan High School Field Hockey League Division I state championship between Skyline and Pioneer. Pioneers scored with 8:51 left to go in the second. Millman put it in. Then at 2:21 left in the third, it was Schultz with the equalizer. Pioneer going from left to right in the black tops, Skyline in the white tops. The fog is pretty much burned all the way off now. You can see it in the distance, but it was super, super foggy the first half, and it is cleared up. Wiseman set with the hip back to get things going here in the fourth. As that over to court right, knocked away by Millman. Millman racing down the pitch. Millman trying to get it over. That poked away by Bichachian. That will go over to Skyline on a restart. Bichachian fires it forward. That grabbed. Now knocked down. Here comes Pioneer. Lily Solden the other direction. Lily Solden trying to get through traffic. Franca has it. Franca. And knocked down. Here comes Brady. Brady heads towards the far side of the pitch. Gets it back to Grabowski. Grabowski backhands it ahead. Now that just tipped out the far sideline. Galvin couldn't keep it in. Moved ahead. Racing down with it is Marble. Marble on the far sideline. Marble coming over. Brady trying to knock that away. That goes out the end line. Brady tipped it last. So that will come back out to the 25 for Skyline. Franca with it there. Millman trying to knock it away. Millman coming over. Whistle. That will be a Pioneer restart as Brady feeds it ahead down that far sideline. Coming up with it, Pioneer trying to get it to Millman. Millman trying to pull it away from Kilbride. Millman battling a pair of Skyline Eagles. Millman on the restart. Millman moves it back over, coming ahead with it. That knocked into the circle on the near side, racing to try and get it is Bowers, and it just goes out the end line before she can get there. 13:20 left to go here in the fourth. 1-1 is our score. Marble knocks it forward. That grab by Tolbert. Tolbert races the other direction. Tolbert, as that went off of a Skyline stick. Tolbert on the restart on the near sideline. Tolbert gets it set up. Tolbert makes a move down on the near sideline and just went out the near sideline. Coming ahead with it, here comes Skyline, tipped out by Tolbert. As Courtright will have to restart just at the 50. Courtright lifts it up high. That tip down, Keene trying to keep it in. Keene fires it ahead over to Tolbert. Tolbert trying to center it down. Tolbert lifts it down on that far sideline. That rolls back over, picked up and fired down on the near wing over to Marble. Marble has that slip out the near sideline, tipped by Pioneer out. Here comes Marble as that's sent all the way down. Gathered up on the near wing, trying to work her way through is Brady. That pulled over by Shannon. Now Keene comes over to grab it. Keene as that go out the end line. That'll come back out for Pioneer on the restart. Lift ahead, Jimenez tips it. Battle for it on the near sideline. Whistle, that'll go Pioneer's way. 10 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. Tolbert trying to get to it. Courtright on the restart. And she has to bring it back as she started a little quick. Grabbed by, tipped away. Great job by Millman to tip it back, but that grab by Kilbride. Kilbride coming the other direction. Kilbride, that went off of Galban's foot. Now Kilbride rockets it into the circle. That loose kicked away by Grand. Now fed over on the near side. Here comes Tolbert. Tolbert trying to make a move. Tolbert gets around Elise. Tolbert coming to the center. Tolbert fires it down on the near sideline. Racing to try and get to it was Bowers, but that pulled back over by Skyline. Whistle. And that is going to end up Pioneer ball. Quickly, Tolbert gets it over to Millman. Millman, top of the circle, comes over on the far side. Millman with a hit. And out in front, trying to put it in. And a save. Boy, what a save keeping that out, but that will be a penalty stroke. Pioneer with a penalty stroke. Millman has it set at the penalty spot. 10:55, I believe. So Millman with the stroke. Huge opportunity to take the lead. Millman sweeps it in! Pioneer makes it 2-1 with 10 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Millman takes Pioneer, puts them into the lead. Skyline has really bought the pressure in this second half ever since the fog lifted, as that's put up high by Courtwright down on the far side. Here comes Wozniak. Wozniak trying to move it forward. That grabbed over to Lily Solden. Lily Solden gets it ahead as Millman trying to get it to Galbon, and that just out of her reach. Very close. That brought back over. Is bringing it ahead. Bichachian had it. That'll be a restart. 10:27 left to go here in the fourth. Bichachian, that went up high. That'll be a restart for Pioneer. Pioneer up 2-1. Skyline looking for the equalizer. Pioneer would love an insurance goal here as Grabowski brings it over. Grabowski trying to fire it ahead. Here comes Millman. Millman that tipped off of his stick. Pioneers restart. Millman sweeps it over. Here comes Tolbert. Tolbert into the circle. Tolbert coming down. Feeds it out in front. Oh, that cross went through, and neither Bowers nor Galbin could get their stick on it. Here comes Skyline the other direction. That poked back. Good job coming over by Grabowski. And along the end line, Grabowski trying to pull that out the end line. That will just touch out the end line. That will go over to Skyline. 9:37 left to go. Bichachian firing it down. That knocked down by Lily Solden, firing it ahead. Here comes Galbon. Galbon with a cross, and that tipped off of a player. Come back out to the 25-yard line for Pioneer. Pioneer up 2-1. And fired into the circle, and that was outside, too far outside the circle. So that won't count. That'll come back out. Timeout called. 9:02 left to go. Pioneer 2-1, and let's take it with them. Let's play a little push on to keep you fired up, keep the team fired up, keep everybody fired up for the final 9 minutes and 2 seconds left of regulation in the D1 Michigan High School Field Hockey League State Championship. Left to go here in regulation in the fourth quarter. 2-1 Pioneer with the lead, looking to try and finish off and win this state championship, as Pioneer has had bad luck in the state championships the last several years. As the Pioneer fans urging their team on, trying to give them any sort of energy they can. Skyline on the restart. So I believe that's Kilbride at the 16 for the 16-yard hit. Moved over on the near side to Marble. Marble trying to feed it ahead. Tolbert steals it. Tolbert tipped out the near sideline. Tolbert with the restart there. Tolbert over to Lily Solden. Lily Solden trying to move it past Wiseman. That into the circle. Coming over. Shot. Dive. Loose. Was it in? Oh, no. Boy, that was close. It did not go completely over the line. It sat close to it. Pioneer with the restart coming over. Loose. Here comes a shot by Millman. And oh, that missed by an inch. Oh, a hair's width to the far side. 8:19 left to go. That will come out to the 16 for a 16-yard hit. Pioneer seems energized. As Dexter coming in to play their game at 1 o'clock. Lifted all the way down. That's the Division II championship. Here comes Skyline racing ahead. Wiseman sends it into the 18. That kicked over into the 18, into the circle. Sorry, done too much soccer recently. That pulled back over. Shannon trying to get it into the circle. That pulled back around. Grabbing it on the near side is Franca. Franca gets it over. Shannon with the cross. That goes all the way over and out the far sideline. 7:30 left to go here. That is going to be Pioneers' ball. Wozniak has it on the far sideline. 7 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. That knocked down by Schultz. Schultz had the lone goal so far for Skyline. Brady trying to poke it away. That will go out to the 18 for 16 for Pioneer. Fired ahead, tipped down, now moved over. As going down, losing an edge was Elise. Here comes Court right. Ow, that went right off of Millman. Millman doesn't even flinch. That poked away, fed ahead, and that will be Pioneers' ball. 6:45 left to go. As again, it's Dexter versus University of Liggett for the D2 championship. We won't have that broadcast, but that coming up next if you want to watch little field hockey. Brought back right to midfield. Skyline controls and swept over, stolen away by Bowers. Bowers trying to move it ahead. Bowers trying to feed it through over to Millman. Millman trying to come over to the near side. That went off and over to Skyline. The hit by Marble that didn't get everything. Now Marble steals it away, but that's a whistle over to Pioneer. 6 minutes left to go as Lily Solden on the cross. That knocked away as dribbled up the other direction. Here comes Skyline. Courtwright had it tipped away. Tolbert heads down. Tolbert gets into the circle. Tolbert on the far side of the circle with a blast. And that will go out the end line. Wow, a strange ball in the sky actually makes an appearance as the sun shines down. As rocketed ahead was Schultz. And picked up coming down the far side, trying to get to it, was Nalapa. Nalapa missed it, trying to get it over. That over to Pioneer. 5:15 left to go. Pioneer up 2-1. Bowers trying to sneak it ahead. That pulled back over. Coming up the near side is Franca. Franca coming up. Franca has it right at the Saline logo. Gets it over to Schultz. Schultz on that far sideline, bringing it up. Grabowski challenging. Schultz coming over. Now Kinsey trying to knock it away. And brought back over by Schultz. She rockets it over. That went off of Lily Solden. As that will go over to Skyline, bringing it ahead. Lily Solden challenging. Again, that's going to be now a corner for Skyline. 4:42 left to go as now it stops the clock here in the fourth on the corners. As again, the sun makes an appearance beaming down on Hornet Stadium. Pioneer up 2-1. Big corner coming here. Bachachian has it on the insert on the near side. Bachachian sweeps it over to court right. It slips past. That grab by Shannon. Shannon coming up the far side, gets it into the circle. That tipped up. And that will come out to the 16 for Pioneer. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. 2-1. Pioneer with the lead as they have the restart. Brady sweeps it over on the near wing, grabbing it Jimenez. Jimenez moves it up the near sideline. That tipped, and that was out by Pioneer before Skyline touched it. Coming over, court right, trying to make it past. As Skyline will have to go back and restart it. 4 minutes left to go. As again, they'll have court right move back as they continue. And we'll move back to the 25. Court right sweeps it. That along the near sideline, trying to come in with it is Wiseman. Wiseman into the circle. Wiseman trying to move back. Wiseman, the future Michigan Wolverine, graduating next year. That goes out, and that'll be a corner. 3:37 left to go. 2-1. Skyline with heavy pressure on Pioneer.
Skyline corner.
3:37. As now in to take the corner is Elise. Elise on the insert. Again, gets over to court right. Court right comes over to the far side. And swept away by Brady. That'll go along the far sideline. Bringing ahead is Pioneer. Here comes Grabowski. Grabowski brings it down the pitch. Grabowski over midfield. Battle for it. That'll be a restart for Pioneer. 3:15 left to go. Grabowski trying to move it ahead as that's pulled ahead by Galvin. Whistled, and that goes the other direction. Kilbride trying to fire it ahead. Now, back over. Court right feeds it. Coming down, Skyline with it. Down on the far side of the pitch, Schultz. Schultz gets it over to Nalapa. Nalapa into the circle. That tipped away. And that is going to be another corner for Skyline. 2:48 left to go.
Skyline corner with 2:48 left in the fourth quarter.
Pioneer up 2-1. Each of these corners becomes bigger and bigger. As in to take the corner is Wiseman on the insert. Pioneer set. Wiseman puts it over to court right, top of the circle. Court right blasts it in. That goes wide. Pioneer will have it with a 16-yard hit. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left to go. Or excuse me, no, they'll come out to 25. Skyline with it. That moved in, trying to tip it away. Battle for it as Millman moves it over. Restart for the Eagles. 2:15 left to go. Pioneer would love to just get it out of their own defensive zone. Court right has it, trying to knock it over. That over on the near side of the circle. Pulled away. Great job by Millman. Millman brings it down the pitch. That's stopped by Kilbride. Kilbride trying to get it over to court right. Grabbed by Tolbert on the near side. Under 2 minutes left to go. Pioneer up 2-1. Lily Solden rockets it down the pitch as that hit a foot. That'll go the other direction. Bachachian moves it. That pulled away by Grabowski. Grabowski trying to move it forward. That will be a restart for Schultz. Knocked down over. Kinsey feeds it ahead. Trying to get to Tolbert. Now Kinsey over to Tolbert. Tolbert making it pass pressure. 1 minute, 26 seconds left to go. Tolbert coming down. Tolbert trying to get across. Tolbert. Now they'll bring it. Restart for Tolbert. On the near wing. 1 minute, 13 seconds left to go. 2-1 Pioneer. They'd love to seal it here as that knocked away. Here comes Skyline the other direction. Shannon with it. Shannon, that moved ahead, knocked down. Great job by Brady. Brady moving it over on the far side. That over to Grabowski. Grabowski sends it down the pitch. Now on that far side, Galbin trying to get it over to Lily Solden. 46 seconds left to go. Lily Solden races down. Lily Solden gets it into the circle. That knocked away. Lily Solden pulls it out. Lily Solden firing it. That tipped and that goes out the end line. That'll come back out to the 16. 30 seconds left to go. Pioneer trying to hang on. 2-1. That right back. Pioneer with the, well, they'll restart it all the way back. 17 seconds left to go. Pioneer with it. Millman on the far side. Millman, and tipped away. 9 seconds left to go. The ball loose. 5 seconds left to go. 4 seconds left to go. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Pioneer has won the Division I state championship for the Michigan High School Field Hockey League. Your Pioneer varsity field hockey team is state champions. What a game, and hopefully it looks like Eve Claire got some beautiful footage down there. Pioneer's athletic director getting some beautiful footage of the fans and Coach Nixon over there. The team's big hugs. Pioneer has won the state championship. Big hugs from Maddie Grand. Maddie Grand was brilliant as a keeper. She had huge saves. Skyline, no slouches. They played their guts out. Skyline played to the last moment, and they deserve to be very proud. They won the state championship last year. And look, there is absolutely no slouch being the runner-up. It just is not fun being the runner-up several years in a row. And Pioneer has knocked Murphy's Law off its perch and has won the Division I state championship. Now, this not being an MHSAA, I don't know if there's an official trophy presentation. We'll hang out here for a few moments and see. But the entire team gathered around. Beautiful moment of that team hugging each other. As it does look like there will be a trophy presentation, and there we go. Let's see if we can turn it over to your public address announcer. As first, the best tradition in all of sports, the post-game handshake. I tell you just how fun it is to be able to not end the broadcast because we're on the other side of it, but be able to continue through the trophy presentation. And this team has battled and battled. Skyline, the only team they lost to all season long. Their lone tie as well. And these are two fantastic squads as the Pioneer faithful giving them a huge round of applause. Kate Solden down there.
Cartwright, Commissioner of the Michigan High School Field Hockey League, will make the awards presentation to Ann Arbor Skyline D1 runners-up for Michigan Field Hockey. First we'll present individual medals.
So Lauren Cartwright giving individual medals for the Skyline.
We'll start with goalkeeper Kira Acosta Velasquez.
Acosta Velasquez being announced.
Number 2, Kiara Kachachian. Number 33, Juju Brenner. Number 1, Coco Courtright. Number 6, Maddie Ellis. Number 21, Neely Conka. Number 12, Joanna Forbat. Number 36, Kate Coward. Number 24, Alish Kilbride. Number 13, Ava Marble. Number 17, Morgan Nalapa. Number 14, Abby Potock. Number 28, Uma Rowe. Number 3, Sadie Schultz. Number 4, Lily Shannon. Goalkeeper, Maddie Wade. Number 8, Jordan Westfall. Number 9, Tammy Wiseman. And Skyline's head coach, Nikki Barrett. And now your new D1 Michigan Field Hockey State Champions. Number 2, Megan Fonks. Number 3, Gabby Prince. Number 4, Lizzie Kinsey. Number 5, Teddy Colbert. Number 6, Sienna Galvin. Number 7, Kate Solden. Number 18, Number 9, Abby Bowers. Number 10, Lily Solden. Number 11, Emma Van Alstine. Number 13, Sophie Miranda. Number 14, Natalie Miller. Number 15, Margaret Wozniak. Number 16, Mary Brady. Number 17, Jessie Daly. Number 18, Caitlin Rice. Number 19, Maya Hammerman. Number 20, Megan Edwards. Number 21, Sophia Jimenez. Number 25, Grace Grodowski. Number 28, Anne McGowan. Number 33, Maddie Graham. And number 36, Sarah Buckman. And accepting the championship trophy today, head coach Jane Nixon. Congratulations, Pam Reclaiming.
As Coach Nixon has Millman grab the trophy and bring it over, I cannot tell you how excited. It will be sad not to see Millman and all of these other wonderful seniors as they're getting the state banner for the Michigan High School Field Hockey League state champions out there. What a great photo that is. Oh, what a beautiful moment. And it is great having been snake bit the last several years, making it and being runner-up several years in a row to finally get that championship. It's something special. You can tell the pride of Eve Claire as she was handing out the medals and just the joy of this team, and great support for both of these squads. Both Pioneer fans and Skyline fans came in droves, but I think Pioneer doubled up the number of Skyline fans. Nothing against Skyline, but Pioneer came here to will and give their energy and just do everything they can to impart what they could to their team. And again, Pioneer is your Division I state champions in field hockey. As we'll let them continue to celebrate, we'll step away for my camera person, Christina Wiseman. My name is Mark Wiseman. We'll make this live right afterwards. Obviously, you know you're watching it right now. Thank you. We will return with Michigan hockey, Michigan women's hockey next weekend. Thank you. And Pioneer again, state champions. Good night.
Today is an